Hello and welcome to this week's channel update or weekly update as it's called. Today we have a lot of things to talk about. I have finished a game, Alice Madness Returns, so I'm gonna do a short review of that, and I'm gonna introduce my new game later on in the show. So, well, a lot of news might be a lie. That's all there is actually, but we're gonna have something to talk about at least, and let's just start by saying that I am currently very close to 200 subscribers. I am at 195. I must admit, to be honest, I had expected to have passed 200 some time ago, but I guess that just didn't happen. You know what? I'm just glad to be here. I'm enjoying making YouTube videos. I'm enjoying YouTube, basically. And that's the most important part, right? But yeah, let's go into first person view. Actually, let's put on this as well so I can see what I'm doing. I haven't built anything here, by the way. That hasn't grown at all. That's because I'm rarely here. But what am I saying? Oh yeah, Alice Madness Returns. I finished that game. And it was a great game, really awesome game. And my sword just broke by hitting leaves. Wow, incredible. It's a great game, but I'm gonna talk about the good things and I'm gonna talk about the bad things. And it might seem like there's more bad things in good games, but that's because the good things about the game is like big overall things, and the bad games is a lot of small things. So there are mostly good things about this game, even though it might not sound like that. So let's start off by mentioning the good things. It was an amazing game. It was an amazing story. The story was really interesting. It took some twists and turns along the way that I had not expected. A very adult theme, which was I enjoyed that. I think the game took some risks with the story because it was such adult themed, and I really think that that's a good thing when games dare to shit. Oh, I made it. I thought I thought I'd gonna die. But yeah, it's a good thing. I think when games actually risk stuff like that and do a kind of risky story, not risque but risky. That's a difference. And I enjoyed the jumping. There was some flaws in the jumping, but the jumping around puzzles was awesome. The game, the level design, it was a very beautiful made world. Very beautiful made world, and not only I mean, the atmosphere, the construction of the world was really awesome, really special. I love the mini games, the one where you rolled like a ball, and the puzzles, and especially the Japanese inspired 2D platforming game. That was really amazing and beautiful. Now I can't talk about the soundtrack because I didn't have music on. There were music at times, which I got, of course, copyright strikes for. Not copyright strikes, but that whole third-party content claims, which I don't believe anyway. But yeah, so an amazing game with a lot of. I really liked all the references to. I mean, yes, not really references. It was Alice, of course. It was based on Alice in Wonderland and all the different characters from Alice in Wonderland. Some of you might know, I've seen like 6 different movie versions of Alice. 2 of them being among my favorite movies of all time. So that was really great to see all these characters. I'm gonna sleep so it can be nighttime. I mean daytime. But yeah, that's like I said, big overall things that made speaking that made the game great. Now we come to the bad things, and there were a lot of bad things, smaller things. The boss fights were a little too hard, I think, and that might just be because I suck, but they were a little too frequent. As further I got into the game, it seemed like every other thing I did, it was going to be a battle. It was like Now we jump for a while, then there's a battle. Now we jump for a while, then there's a battle. Instead of having large jumping areas and then battles. And you didn't really have time to regain health during these battles. It was just like, oh, now you get into another battle, you might only be at half health. Jesus Christ, I can't speak today. Sorry, it's early in the morning. It's 10 o'clock. It's not really early. So, but I did go to bed at like 3 o'clock, so it's kind of early. But yeah, not enough. And the saving, the checkpoints were really far away from each other, and there were no other way to save. And also, it saved some weird places, like right when you were going into a battle. So when you loaded the game, there was a big chance that you would die because you'd get attacked right away before you were actually ready to play the game. And that was a little weird place to save. The camera work was, I can't even show it, but it was way too fast. Even if you turned down your mouse sensitivity, the camera just flew off to one side, and it's like it was too much. You moved the mouse just a little bit, and the camera went flying. I mean, this, if I move that, this is, the camera would do this. This is just, that was just ridiculous. And when you were chased in an arena-like situation, that would be almost a death point. That would kill you because you couldn't really see. Then there was the jumping, where the twirling didn't always work. Especially when hit the mushroom things, you couldn't really do the double jump all the time. It seemed really odd. The only way to actually be sure you hit something was when you went into the aim mode thing, but then you lost really control of the character. That was really annoying. Then of course there were the bugs where I started walking backwards constantly, invisible enemies, unkillable enemies, and stuff like that. Those were also really very much annoying. Yeah, the game seemed to go from like easy when the jumping around, with some few exceptions, to hard when the bosses came, and then back to easy. Then there was the whole thing, which I also experienced in Batman Arkham Asylum, that the game said I was like 74% done with the game, and then it ended. And I was like, at first, what the fuck is going on here? Why did the game end? I was at 74%. And that was because in those 74%, all the bonus content, all the bottles, and all the memories and all other collectibles were counted in those 74%. I don't know if that's a console thing or that's a new thing in general with gaming. But when I'm done with a game, when I'm actually watching the credits of the game, I wanted to say 100% done because I have beaten the game, which means I'm 100% done. Bonus content shouldn't be counted into that. That is false advertising. I was thinking, oh, there's a lot of the game left, and it's like, what? It's done? That was especially bad with Batman Arkham Asylum, which I just played on my own. But I was like at 56%, so I had hoped for a lot of game because I was enjoying that really much, very much. I was enjoying Alice as well, but I was kind of ready to move into another game because it was it was a lot longer game than I had expected, but not as long as I did expect because of the whole percentage thing. But overall, an amazing game, beautiful graphics, very creatively made world, nice jumping, some really fun puzzle games. Story was just fantastic. So, all in all, even with all the flaws and mistakes and annoyances, I would say that this is an amazing game that I highly recommend you play. And if you haven't watched my playthrough, it's done now. And if you haven't watched my playthrough, you can go back and do it. It's fun, and if you like to see me raging, well, even though I said you shouldn't be glad about seeing me raging, and you suck if you like to see me raging, I would say if you like to see me raging, that's a good playthrough to watch because I rage a lot. Uh, because it's a difficult game and I suck at it. That just makes it worse. Anyway, back into first person view. walk around a bit, watch all the things I have not built on in this world. Uh, um, so yeah, we're starting a new game. Oh, first I'd like to say I hope that you enjoyed. I know not a lot of people watched it, but I decided to go with Saints Row the Third as a kinda filler. I said because well, it was there. I had the game. I already playing it, and I thought this would be a good thing to use as a filler whenever I don't have if the game ends before I'm ready to make start a new one. Also because it's a fun game and it's entertaining, and also if I only play this game every Friday, I'm never gonna be done with it. So a little further to the conclusion, I'm really enjoying Saints Row the Third, and I hope you are too. Once upon a time, it's been a week now. It hasn't got many views. I know it's not like the best of games graphics wise, but it's not it's a fun game. I think it is, and like point and click adventure games. I know that's not the biggest hit of today, but I'm hoping that if you haven't, you go check it out. Short videos, so don't worry about that. If you don't, I would suggest you go look at it. It's a fun adventure game, and I think we should support the creative, the freelance, game creators, the indie game creators. You don't really support it by watching my videos, but you can download it for free, which you're not actually supporting anything. You're supporting it by giving it love, either by watching me play it and love it, or whatever you want to do, and or by playing it yourself. I feel like those are support because you're supporting the person who created it. And if you watch my video of me playing it, then you're also supporting me. So that's a double bonus thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. But we've come to the point where I'm going to introduce the new game, which I am now playing, or will be playing. I have already recorded 4 videos, and that game is, some of you might already know because I've talked about it, that game is Fear 2. That's right, I am now playing Fear 2. The first video will be out shortly. It might be out in an hour, it might be out when you're watching this. It might actually be out in less than half an hour, maybe just right after this video. Depends on whether or not when I do whatever I do, it'll be out. Let's just say it that way. Fear 2, really fun game. This is not a blind playthrough. I have played a bit of the game before. I don't know how much because I don't know how long the game is. But yeah, I really enjoy Fear 2. It's different than Fear 1. It's not as scary as Fear 1, but the gameplay and level design is better than Fear 1. So I think they're both really great in different ways, but Fear 2 is amazing. Now the funny thing is, and you'll see that, I already recorded 4 videos, and you'll see just a good example of that whole thing that I do with videos getting shorter. I should really stop that. Whenever I record multiple videos in a row, videos seem to be getting shorter and shorter. I need to, and that is what happened to Fear 2 as well. But I think I've been watching some of the videos of me playing through it again, even though I've just started it, and I really enjoyed that. I think I did a great job, and Fear 2 is an amazing game. And I haven't really found many playthroughs of Fear 2. At least not by YouTubers that I enjoy watching. Oh my god, I just fell down. So, oh, there's a cave here. Hello? Anyway, but yes, so Fear 2, really amazing game, and I'm now playing on my channel. Check it out. Anything else to say? Not really. I think that's about it. But thank you to all of you who have subscribed and supported me through my time as a YouTuber, and I hope that you will continue doing so, and that more people will, of course, because I'm not quitting this ever. I might, who knows? You can't tell what will happen in the future, but for now, I'm really enjoying this. very much. So, and lots of fun games to come in the future. So, if you like this video and my other videos, please give them a like. And if you haven't yet, I suggest you subscribe, because then you don't miss anything. Because, like I said, there's going to be lots of fun games. I'm playing all different kinds of games. I'm trying to not stick with the same genre, and they're mostly older games. But there might be some newer ones among them. I mean, take a game like Adventure Island. That was actually a brand new game when I played it. Well, almost brand new. And there might be other new games out there that I will be playing, but mostly I stick with the older ones. And especially games that not really many people have done playthroughs of. And most importantly, games I think will be fun. But I think I'm gonna end it here. I have to get ready. I have to go to work and stuff like that. I have to eat. I have to do stuff before. I have to put these videos up. So because I ain't getting home until late at night today, so I need to get ready and stuff like that. So hope you enjoy stuff, my channel. I keep opening and closing this door. I don't know how to end videos, but that's always been a thing. Yeah, okay. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Well, I'll see you in like half an hour, maybe just straight after this. Fear 2, check it out. My new game coming up, and I'll see you next Thursday for more updates, and I'll see you, well, for more gaming whenever you watch my videos. I don't know what I'm talking about. See ya. Bye.